We hope you enjoy this rebroadcast of Risk On's highest-rated topics for the previous week. Todd and Jason will return next week with their regularly scheduled programming. And now, Risk On.
Hey, it's Todd Ault. This is 16th of October. I keep saying October. Gosh.
I wish it was October.
I don't know why I keep saying that. Can you turn this back on for me? Hey, it's the 16th of August. It's August 16th, 2021. This is the 119th episode of Risk On. It is a brutal day for small cap, in my opinion. Now, maybe you guys have some thoughts out there that it's not as brutal as it sure feels like it is. But it is relatively brutal. I've seen some regional small cap banks. They seem to be holding up pretty well. But the rest of the thing, when I look on my list here, and I will look real quickly here. BCTX down, SSNT down, ACXP down, FRD down, HUSA, HUSA down, NAII down, AG down, Square Foot down, INN down, Robinhood down, VJet down, Game down, Chara down. I just don't, the heads or tails of the Dow being up 100. The NASDAQ at one point was down a lot further. Other than AMC, which is up, which just means it's down for me because I'm short. Clover was up a little bit. MDRR is up a little bit. Red Cat up a little bit. Alzheimer. Hey, Alzheimer had a positive day. There you go. Not much, but I guess we'll take that 2 cents for Alzheimer.
I'll take 2, 1.
Hey, Joe's in the house.
What's
He's
up, guys?
in for Jason today, who Jason is not feeling well. So we wish Jason a speedy recovery and whatever's going on with Jason. I don't have a lot of details. He just said to me, I won't see you for 2 weeks. I'm like, that's a really strange.
Odd.
Like, you have a cold for 2 weeks? Is it 2 days?
Yeah, but we love Jason.
We love Jason. So whatever he needs to do to get better, that's kind of all we care about. I know that Jason and Andrea both have a little bit of a cold or however they're feeling not well. I can't help but have Afghanistan on my mind. Because really, 20 years later, the Taliban's back in charge, and it's the catastrophic event in some global area that we don't know what could happen here.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Now, from DPW's perspective, we are a defense company. We own like a lot of defense businesses.
Right.
I mean, I think Gresham has 4 or 5 inside them, and then DPW, Coolis's has 1 inside of it through Digital Power. But I don't want to get wealthier on the idea that we have to defend the world. I would prefer,
Right.
There'd be a bunch of scenarios where if you didn't need biotech and pharma because all diseases were cured and all war was cured, would be great. I think we love to go into another business, but the Afghan situation, and this is one of the reasons I wish Jason was here, because I think he'd have something to say about it. Although I suspect he'd blame it on everyone but Trump.
I could tell you what he'd say.
But that's okay, because he has a valid point of view. He's very smart. But my concern is that you have a generation of women in Afghanistan that have learned to be able to go to school unafraid, safe, and in a safe environment, or at least safer than it was. Not safe, and all of a sudden, no longer going to school. All that's going to be canceled. Women's rights are going to, the progress they've been making on women's rights. The Taliban are going to be back in charge, which means a lot of bad things for Afghanistan.
I mean,
and a haven for the Middle East. And we're going to kind of watch it happen here.
Yeah, you saw that people, I mean, this is how bad it is there. Look, I already know what Jason would say. I mean, you know, we let that go. It was horrible, and specifically one person let it go, and I won't get into politics.
Who let it go, Trump?
No, Biden let it go, man. Pulling the whole thing out, we gave up a U.S. base with U.S. prisoners on it. They just took that over, freed all the prisoners that we had on that U.S. base.
So I apologize, but I thought Trump negotiated a settlement with them, and but you're saying Biden pulled the rest out?
He did, but on the U.S. base, the settlement was that we were going to stay there and we were going to take care of Biden pulled the rest out, and Biden remained silent on this whole thing. Like, oops, not my fault. But
it said here Biden is talking live out of Afghanistan right now.
He probably is.
It's good to be the king saying that.
But here's the thing. That whole you can see how fearful these people in Afghanistan are. I mean, you saw the video of the people clinging to the plane and basically plunging to their deaths because the plane was taking off. The U.S. plane was leaving. I mean, I'm not going to show that. Not even a little bit. It's horrible. People can go look that up by themselves, but there is definitely people who clung to their plane and plunged to their deaths.
So we basically, regardless of the circumstances, have abandoned Afghanistan.
Correct.
And we've listen, my days in the military were very unique, and I would argue that I wasn't really even in the military because I was in the inactive reserve because the first Gulf War lasted 3 days. So they didn't really need me. I was in one of those. I went in '89, so I went in one of those periods of time where they didn't really kind of need me.
Right.
You know, where with troop reduction, Berlin Wall was coming down. It wasn't until Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait that all of a sudden we were back up again,
Yep.
and then we were quickly back down again.
Correct.
So I didn't do anything. I know you served in the military. Obviously, always say thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I would never say to anybody, don't thank me for my service. I didn't do anything. But I do support the troops in a big way. I come from a family of Air Force personnel.
Yep.
Will Horn, our CEO, was in the Marine Corps.
Yep, he was.
And he's always a Marine. And he said that he got to invade Panama, which was a party.
I knew a couple people there.
Sure. But if you're the military and you spent 20 years and lost a lot of lives in Afghanistan, and you're watching this right now,
I got a lot of friends who are pissed off right now.
I can't speak for them. But if you're in the audience and you're in the military, or you've been in the military and you served in Afghanistan, I would like you to text 714-949-1831, our text number. Josh, can we make sure we put that up? Brett and Nick. But speaking of jokes, Skyla, take it away.
I thought did you know you can hear the blood in your veins? You just have to listen very closely.
Oh my God.
That's a dad joke.
Dun dun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Did you know you can hear the blood in your veins? You just have to listen very closely.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. That's a dad joke.
It's such a
It's
dad
such
joke,
a dad
man.
joke. Yeah.
Serious question, Todd. Do you feel like your reckless buying of stocks is hurting investor confidence? My reckless buying? My reckless buying of stocks has generated millions in profits for the year. So I'll take reckless over non-reckless every day then, if that's the case. Really? Is that really a question? Hurting investor confidence, my reckless buying of stocks? No, actually what I feel like is if you don't want to be in a company that's a holding company that does what I'm doing, you simply don't have to be a shareholder. That's the beauty of America is unlike Russia, you don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. So no, I don't think my buying of stocks, the trading that I do along with my team has hurt us in any way. In fact, I would argue that we help pay the bills, given that it is the most profitable part of our business, Ault Alliance, the lender. So we lend to public companies and they give us warrants in those companies, and they give us usually a discount or something to alleviate the risk. And we have a lot of warrants in other public companies because of it. So I don't think it's so reckless. Gotcha. It's an interesting day here for the troops in Afghanistan, those people that are getting people out. Good luck to you. We're with you. Randy, appreciate your day being with us. Guys, we'll see you on the conference call. It's a really weird mix. Joe's going to be hanging out with me for a while.
I'll be here all
week. We'll talk crypto. Nick, Brett, Skyla, hope everyone's well. Have a good Monday. We'll see you on the conference call at 2:30 for Alt Global. Symbols DPW. We're going to be talking about that balance sheet and all that reckless behavior that Vince thinks I have. You guys take care. Bye-bye. I was really bummed that we missed those 26 days or something. I guess there was weekends in there, but like we're at episode 120. It's August 17th. This is Risk On, maybe the greatest show about risk ever, but it's not because we're not there yet. We're not able to explain risk that well, what risk on means. And on top of that, I got a message today that someone says, congratulations on all the growth of DPW, all global, but now no one understands your company. I'm like, why is it so hard to understand we're a holding company with all these shots on goal? I issued a deck. The deck outlines everything we're doing, all the potential IPOs, all the cash we have, all the things we're doing.
Maybe they think you still make power supplies.
We do.
I know.
We make power supplies. We make stuff for the F-35, the F-16, the F-15. We make stuff for the Iron Dome missile system over in Israel. We make power supplies for the British Railway with RELAC. We make power supplies for the military, for submarines. We make power supplies for electronic components. We make power supplies for surgical instruments that when you're in surgery you have to power. We make power supplies for ventilators.
Yep.
And everyone's like, it's too confusing.
Do some homework.
So frustrating to me. So I got to buy more stock today.
Of course you did.
At a better price. And I'll be looked at as a jackass because I get to buy it at a lower price. I don't know, whatever. I have to tell you, today was there was a moment in time where I was at the heat of frustration. I'm like, what in the heck are we doing here?
You do know.
Why is Alt Global DPW down? And then whatever.
You
fine.
do know they're going to come back and say it was unfair that you got to buy all of that at a lower price. You know, you're going to have haters again. That it's going to be awesome.
Whatever. I don't even have any commentary. I'm disgusted with the price today, but whatever. Usually don't comment on your price of your stock because you let the business speak for itself. I even pointed out, if you took out the gain in Alzamend, which was $40 million, first quarter we made $1.8 million, $1.9 million. The second quarter we made $4.3 million, excluding Alzamend. The company has never made this in its history.
Yep.
In its history. Okay. Whatever, let's send it down.
Yep, is what it is, man.
So I'm a little frustrated there. Forget DPW for a second. When we go to do a deal, we need to demonstrate to the people we're buying, especially if we want to buy companies with EBITDA, that we have a strong balance sheet and we continue to be strong and a strong partner. And one of the benefits that Berkshire Hathaway had to it was that they grew a strong balance sheet over time and they were a trusted partner. So we want people to know when we buy your company, let's say it's a family that needs to sell for tax reasons. If let's say it's a business where the CEO passed away and the family wants to give it to someone that's going to be a good owner, we want to demonstrate to them that we have the capital base to support them and we don't have to sell them down the road, that they can have a home here at Alt Global Holdings. And so that's important that we, over time, show a legacy of strength. We haven't had that. And that's why that call yesterday was so important, because we're able to demonstrate now that we have more strength than we had before. And a lot of shot on goals. Keep in mind, if you read that release yesterday, Alzamend goes up $10. It's $220 million for us if we exercise all of our rights. SSNT goes up $10. That's $7.5 million for us. So we have a lot of shots on goal. We're really happy with this, and we don't. Yeah, Andrew, we don't want any outstanding warrants of any kind. We don't want this. We want to limit them. We wanted to minimize them.
You ready?
Okay, let's go.
What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Lean beef.
Seriously? Oh my Lord! Can you go get Randy for me, please?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I can
goodness.
go get Randy.
Mary Jane commits no harm. You're right. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about Michael Burry. We'll talk about the questions I have about the market. Hey, if you have names you want us to review, we're going to review the charts right here on the screen tomorrow. Don't forget to text 949-799-1831 if you are a friend of the firm, friend of me. Get on the mailing list, and we're going to give out some shirts tomorrow, some hats, some other things. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Take care. Be safe. Glad you're not in Afghanistan. Take care. Hey, it's August 18th. It's the 18th of August, 2021. This is episode 121 for Risk On. And they say we couldn't make it this far. Joe?
Who said that?
I think you did, didn't you?
No.
I think you or Darren told everybody that Todd will never do anything for that long. You can't get Todd to go somewhere around 105 every day.
I don't want to.
And do the same thing every day.
I don't want to be the.
But you were wrong.
I was not
wrong, and you're shot for that nonsense. You don't know me anymore.
For all the people in the studio, raise your hand if you know that this show was actually my idea. The name was his. I wanted you to do a show every day on relevant news, and I knew you could do it. So don't bust my balls for that.
I don't really. You think that you invented this show?
I do.
The difference is you want to be here. For other things, it's like you want to do this. That's why you're here every day.
Ooh. Good call.
Sassy. Mm-hmm. She's sassy. Josh is in the house. Brett's here. Josh is here. Nick's here. Vast majority of people will not understand options, and you need to spend some time with them to make sure that you pay attention to them. Robinhood said that crypto trading jumped over 45 times, 45-fold in the second quarter to 233 million. So Robinhood is really tied to crypto.
There's a lot of news out on crypto adoption in the last week. I mean, it's way
tied to crypto. Anyways, that's what's going on here. Robinhood is down in the aftermarket to 47.20. It's funny, I'm being notified by Robinhood that they're down.
Well, that's
because
good.
they own Robinhood inside Robinhood. That's funny, too. Where's Naked Brands at?
51 something.
Every day I keep adding to Naked Brands. Every day with the hope that it gets closer and closer to doing a deal. So today I'm going to add another 50,000 Naked Brands. Here we go, 50,000 Naked Brands. I'm going to go on the bid. Let's see if they hit us at all. Ready? I put a bid in, it immediately goes up. They filled me on a little bit. I bought 3,688 shares at 51.21. The bid is now 51.50, and the offer is 51.85. I'm like dollar cost averaging into it.
So you should. I mean, did you 25, right? I mean, so not 25, 250,000. Although probably since you did that, you're close.
Hey, Skyla, speaking of DPW, let's get to the joke.
Ooh.
Okay.
That was a slide on myself, by the way.
What is 6 inches long, 2 inches wide, and drives a woman crazy?
What is 6 inches long, 2 inches wide, and drives a woman crazy?
$100 bill.
$100 bill.
I knew where that was going. I was really hoping you were going to go. I was hoping you were going to guess. Oh, that was great.
Is a $100 bill only 2 inches long?
Wide.
Wide?
Yeah.
Wow. There's nowhere I could go with this but down.
Nope. Yeah. No.
Hey, it's the 18th of October, October 18th, 2021. We appreciate you joining us. Josh is in the house. Thank you so much, Josh. Last couple days, Storyland working with us here. Chris, thanks for making the trip out to Vegas. Nick, Brett, thank you for being here. Joe, thanks for sitting in.
Yep.
I know it's not as exciting when Jason's here, and I'm not ranting today, but maybe I'll rant tomorrow. You guys take care. Be well. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It is the 122nd episode of Risk On. It's August 19th. I know yesterday people were saying I was saying October. To say that the market is difficult right now is an understatement. This morning I woke up. Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey, what's going on, Todd?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. I know you want to get into that.
Sorry, buddy. I'm really distracted.
I
Today
know.
is a weird day. The last couple days have been weird. Jason is weird now. He's not feeling well, and so I'm a little bummed that my man is not around, and not my man like that. I just mean my friend.
Well, you do call him your partner. I'm just putting it
Well,
out there.
I say my partner in crime or whatever, sure. That part's bumming me out here. But I'm going to show you something that is disgusting. Okay, and that is. Let's bring up the chart here. You can't see the pre-market here, but the stock was at $7 in the pre-market, and it opened at around $6.19. They announced great news this morning with a collaboration agreement, brings them some money. I had 855,000 shares. I was up $1 million this morning. By the end of the day, I was down 400,000. That tells you the kind of market we're in. It's just great news. Who's selling? Like who's selling some of these stocks? And I got to think it's algorithmic. These gigantic mutual funds now, like think about
AI.
Let's cover this for a second, okay? You're a portfolio manager, you have 30 billion in your fund. And you want to make the fund a position 1% position, okay? So let's think about this, right?
Okay.
So what's 1% of 30 billion?
Is $3 million. Or no, it's $300,000.
No, 1% of 30 billion. 10% of 30 billion.
300 million.
Right.
Yeah,
So 10% of 30 billion is 3 billion.
Yeah.
1% is 300 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I was just misplacing a 0.
Years before all the people watching me were probably alive, I used to sell a fund, an AIM. They were called AIM, and they were specialized in buying stocks that were growing their quarterly earnings. And if they missed, they'd sell the whole position at the market. And they would devastate a stock. The stock would be down. Like the stock reported sales of 300 million and earnings of 22 cents a share, but short of the 30 cents a share they were estimating. And they would pound it into oblivion. Pound it. And then I was always like, what the hell? Why do they sell like that? And that's because, think about it this way. If you're a $30 billion mutual fund,
right,
and you want to sell and trim your position, and you have some algo that trims it, you effectively could sell your entire position at the market. And if it went down by 50%, you effectively get hit for 0.5%. But they don't go down by 50%. So they're able to say, oh, our allocation on this deal, we're cutting our allocation back by half. And so let's say they don't have a 1% position, they have a 1/10 of a 1% position, which is 30 million. Well, they can't even do that because some of these companies' whole market cap is 100 million. So they only want to be like less than 10% of the company or 5%. So in the smaller cap companies get crushed with real volatility because as these funds wave in them and wave out of them, they're not discriminatory. Like a retail investor says, I paid 5 for it. It's 4. I'm down. I'm going to wait. The fund says, I don't care. Flush it. They don't even know that they're doing it. They're non-emotional.
Right.
So, of course, I run money for the company. And I was looking at positions today, and I'm like, okay, I'm flushing these couple of percent positions. I'm just getting rid of them. And I look down, they're incredible. OLB does the pricing overnight and gives up, it was at $5 and goes to $3.30. I mean, it's the volatility is off the Richter scale.
Yep.
And it's indiscriminate. There's so much money awash that if someone decides to go left or right, it doesn't matter. And remember, this whole Mr. Market concept that Warren Buffett talks about that he learned from Benjamin Graham is you have the market is your partner, right? You buy a stock, you own it. The market shows up every day and says, hey, I'll sell it to you for $5. Hey, I'll sell it to you for $4. But if you like the underlying business, you effectively don't need the market to be open. Like if you have a farm or you have an apartment house and they're getting rents, there's something being produced from them.
Right.
But when you're waiting to only make money on the price movement of the stock, it's a totally different story. So you see Naked branches getting sold. It's because those algorithms that own it don't care. They're not, it's good to be the king. They're not some of the other people that are on there, Patrick, Ron, all these other people we've spoken to. They're not those guys. They're not Armada Trading. They are worried about the price. They're just saying, hey, this play's over. I'm going to pop out of it. I don't even know if they actually discuss it.
I don't think they do. I think it's AI driven nowadays.
So a lot of times I try to take the other side of the trade when I feel like it's AI driven. I'll back into it, but it gets painful for me short term. And right now it's painful. August is pissing me off. I'm not even going to comment on DPW. I'm done. I'm forget even talking about it. You guys, you want to sell it to me? I have no commentary on it whatsoever. I'm so pissed off about the pricing. It's below book value. It's like I'm so sick of it. I just don't. Whatever. Do whatever you want.
I got to tell you,
I'm just sick of it.
I got to tell you, I was shocked.
Record earnings. We have record holdings, cash.
I know, but I'm shocked you're even in the market in August, and I mean that honestly. As long as I know you,
Every
I think
August
you've taken
sucks. Last August, 2 Augusts ago, I was gone for 21 days.
I don't think I've known you where you haven't taken an August off.
And I didn't take August off. I should blame my wife. I wanted to go on vacation. We're still here. I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I'm even looking at the market. It just completely sucks right now. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Skylar, let's get him in a better mood with a joke.
Oh, it better be good. I mean, because he's been pretty grouchy, so this one better be a doozy.
Go. I will cover the naked meeting for sure.
What's a horny pirate's worst fear?
What is a horny pirate's worst fear?
A sunken chest with no booty.
Oh, she nailed it. Dude. Out of the park, girl.
Thank you.
The conference call today, we'll see what happens at the annual meeting with Naked. Everyone will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Appreciate you putting up with my bad attitude. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Randy, for joining us. Thank you, Joe, for sitting in for Jason. Jason, get well and get that test and get back here as soon as you can. Come on, Jason. Get that COVID test, get a negative, and come back. See you soon. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It is the 20th of August 20th, 2021. We got a bunch of special guests hosts today. We got Patrick in the house. Patrick, say hello.
Hey, guys.
Patrick is an analyst here. Patrick was at B. Riley and a bunch of other firms and joined us. How long ago did you join us, Patrick?
In April.
In April. Wow, it feels like forever, huh?
It does.
You moved from Newport Beach to be in Vegas.
I did.
What do you think of the heat so far?
It's actually going down. It's going down.
You're good
August
here?
has been nice.
You're good here?
June was pretty miserable, but
Hey,
August has been good.
We got the King on. The King, it's good to be the King as a guest host today. Say hello, King.
I know.
Hey,
guys.
All right, cool. I'm excited again. Hey, to my left is the much better looking than me, my son, my oldest of four. I have a daughter that's older than him, but my oldest son, the heir apparent to the four. I'm just kidding around. My daughter wouldn't like me saying that. Anyways, I have a younger son and a younger daughter. They're twins, but Chase is in the house. Chase, when did you join us?
June 28th, 2 months ago, almost now.
Chase graduated from UCLA with a degree in liberal arts. What is it? What's the degree in? Like communism or something?
Not quite.
What do they teach you at UCLA? How it's everyone's fault?
Drinking.
Somewhat, a little bit.
I'm,
It's all our fault.
were you allowed to graduate with all that white guilt?
No, not without knowing it.
All
for
right,
sure.
that's good. All right,
Check
so,
your privilege, Chase.
I know,
yeah,
always.
There you go. Hey, a lot of things going on. Dow rallies back 200 points, but closes down on the week. I continue to see us being weak and people talking about tapering, and it seems like to me there's kind of an overhang, but those large, big tech stocks are holding in nicely. Netflix is almost like to a new high. It's like only about probably 8% away from new high. Makes no sense to me because Netflix is spending so much money. And then today you wake up to the news that, hey, you know what? Not such a good idea. We're going to take that away from you. Could we go to my screen real quick? For those of you following, you probably already know, top SPAC merger with, what is it, Murdoch? How do you pronounce
Mudrick?
Mudrick
Seems about
Capital
right.
dies because MLB kills the licensing deal after 70 years. Imagine you're the guy or girl or team that kills that deal, that kills the merger. Murdoch Capital Acquisition Corp. said the merger with Topps has been terminated by mutual agreement because the Major League Baseball's decision to end the 70-year trading card deal with Topps.
That's great.
The announcement for the NASDAQ-listed filing company news broke after MLB said it would not renew their trading card deal. MLB expects to give their trading card business to Fanatics.
Oh, Fanatics, yeah.
The sports retail company. Topps special purpose acquisition via merger partner valued at Topps at $1.3 billion. This saga with Topps has been around for a long time. They were a public company before, and I got to assume that didn't feel so good. Well, let's see here. Where's that? Let's see. Where is it trading? Yeah, I mean it's down a penny. Closed down 28 cents after market. Yeah, I guess it's just if you think about a SPAC, they generally have $10 in reserve in cash in treasuries for redemption, and that if there's no deal here, those people are just likely going to redeem before any kind of merger at the end to $10. So it ends up becoming a coupon. Think about like if you know something's going to accrete to $10, they're going to discount that to today's 10-year and value the creation of waiting to get your $10 back. So sometimes people come in and arb that situation. Well, they'll go long because they know they have it in treasuries and they're going to deliver back the $10. Did you follow that?
I mean, I followed what you said. Yeah,
but you
absolutely.
understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
They're going to get their $10 back,
Yeah.
right? But they're going to have to wait, so they're going to buy it at $9.84.
Yeah.
King, what do you think about the Bitcoin miners out there?
I'm sorry. Am I the only person who thinks this entire thing is fucking ludicrous? Okay, look, the gold standard's long gone. Okay,
Yeah.
but
I love this.
I'd like to be able to at least tangibly imagine that I could hold something in my hand. What we're calling them coins, but all it is it's
So
forget
woozy,
the
it's a
ruining
lousy.
of the environment from all of the mining and everything. But forget that for a second. Why? Why?
But you don't see any
What?
value.
Why what? Why what?
Well, yeah, if there's going to be a lot of value, then I'll fucking buy a lot of it. But it's ridiculous. Why do we... Polka coin, or what is it? Polka dot? I mean,
dot.
polka coin. But oh my God.
You don't see value in the blockchain perspective of it.
No, the blockchain I get. Look, I negotiated the first, Hollywood celebrity partnership with the company NFT. Right, and just having to deal with the wallet, with the execution of the gas fees and how it's all ridiculous and in perpetuity. I'm not. Look, I'm 100 years old, but here this just seems. Why? What do we need it for?
Well, can I
I'm
say
all
one
about
thing?
access.
Well, I got to bring Patrick in
Can
on
I
this.
say one thing?
I got to say one thing first before Patrick says this. There's a lot of experience with the government doing what they want with printing currency. So this is this will
Inflation
take
hedge,
forever.
I mean,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
this is a
Well,
long-
I think it's, if you look at it as sort of a referendum on fiat, this is a way for.
Then buy a Jeep.
No, I hear you, but like this is a way. I thought China was big on crypto early because it was a way to destabilize the dollar. Now maybe it's also affecting their currency, and so they've pulled back on the adoption and letting people transact in it and trade it. But no, I mean, I think this is sort of part of that digital revolution where the masses are sort of, it's a referendum on fiat is exactly what's going on. Whether or not it becomes, realistic or whether one altcoin wins over the other, I don't know. But there's money to be made in this market.
Let me give you a very simple thought process I have. I always invest on theses, and I know this drives people crazy because they own all global. And like, you own everything. I don't own everything. There's always common theses across the board on everything I invest in.
Yep.
And I'm going to give you my thesis right now, and that is, in very simple, plain English, assets are being digitalized.
Yep.
We're digitalizing finish with MTIX International and the finishing of not using toxic chemicals to treat fabric, and there's a way to digitize that. And now you're probably saying, what? Yeah, because we're going to digitize digital assets that can be held somewhere in a vault, and you can hold it and you can transfer it digitally. We're digitizing paintings, drawings. We're going to digitize, hey, right now in America, try to buy a house and do a closing with title insurance and track the real estate. All that real estate, those PIN numbers around the United States, physical real estate is going to be digitized. You're going to someday, you're going to be able to have a coin tied to a piece of real estate. Hey, we have people talking to us now about doing a financing where we tokenize owning the hotel. Tokenization, the digitalization of assets is going to happen. It's inevitable, and if you're like me and you believe we're in a simulation, it's only part of the process. But that's a whole nother say, and I won't hate to play the Elon Musk thing here.
I'm not knocking the thesis. I'm with you there. I'm just saying the underlying why. I mean, and as Americans, all of us, wouldn't it be in all of our best interests that 90% of the, what's the term, the money of record or whatever it is, and all the international banks, they all hold 90% of American United States dollars. Isn't it in our best interest to make sure that remains the scenario?
It's definitely that we're the fiat currency of the world, the backing of the world in terms of that. I agree, it's perfect. Hey guys, it's the 20th of August. We appreciate the King joining us. Sorry, Almada, you couldn't be here today. I know you have an internet problem. Nick, Brett, Randy being here. We had Patrick grace us with his presence. Chase, for the first time, other co-host of the show.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. Jason, get well. We'll see everyone next week. Have a safe weekend. I'm looking forward to August being over because this has not been a good
Bring
month.
on September.
Come on, September. Let's go. We'll see you. Thanks, King.